Sefer Yehoshua, Kapitel Ches, am Posuk Lamed. Posuk Lamed, Naya Zach, the last few psukim of Perek Ches. We learned the beginning of Perek Zayin and Perek Ches, as we spoke last week, 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago, the whole Milchama of Yehoshua against Ai. We had the Milchama of Yericho, Ai, all of the Milchamas. Now we come into something else. Oz even Yehoshua Mizbeach LaHashem Elokei Yisrael Behar Eival. So let's first understand the pasuk, and then we're going to go what it's talking about, when it's talking about. This is a very interesting psukim over here. So Oz even, the word of Oz, a little bit, as you know, Oz is then, like what's called Poyal Osid, right? For the future, and also in the past. It can mean also the past. We find many things, many psukim. We find Oz Yoshir, right? We find many things. Oz Yoshir Moshe Israel, Oz Yudav Yehoshua LaHashem. Many places we find Oz. There's a Lashon Shira state in Tanchum and Parshas V'eschanon. Mizbeach LaHashem Behar Eival. What is Har Eival? Har Eival is Mat Hashem, like we like to do. After we finish our sugya, we can see Mat Hashem on the maps. Where's Har Eival? Our thing. This is in north of Shechem. It's a mountain about 940 meters high. The mountain, quite a big mountain. As we can see, Mat Hashem, the Bishtoya Parchi, from the Rishonim, the Kafta Perach, where exactly it is, and the Nafkaminis, where I think. But when we look over in Rashi says something very interesting. Rashi in Posuk Lamed. Oz Ivne, Yehoshua Mizbeach LaHashem Elokei Yisrael Behar Eival, says Rashi. Parshas Zu Ksuva Al Derech Mugdo Mocho, Yehoshua was a Yarden Osel Chen. What does that mean? Well, let's start with the parsha of it to understand what's going on. The day Klal Yisrael crossed the Yarden, right? Har Nevoi, Klal Yisrael, when Har Nevoi, Moshe Rabbeinu dies on Har Nevoi. Klal Yisrael crossed the Yarden after 30 days of Eival Moshe, repeated going even 2 days beforehand. We spoke about this. Klal Yisrael crossed the Yarden. Before all of we're going back to Behemoth, the Yehoshua Perek Aleph. Yehoshua Kapitel Aleph, we're going back. Then, Klal Yisrael go from the Yarden straight away, they travel to Har Grizim and Har Eival. This parsha, that's what Rashi says, is Shaloi B'Mekoimo. Ein Mugdo Mucho B'Torah. We say also over here, Ein Mugdo Mucho B'Torah. Then, the Levim, what they do in Har Grizim and Har Eival, they read the brachas and the klolos, like HaKadosh Baruch Hu commands Moshe Rabbeinu. After that, Yehoshua is making a mizbeach, and this is what we talk about. Oz, after this, klolos and brachas and Har Grizim Har Eival, even a Yehoshua mizbeach on Har Eival, he's building a mizbeach from the avonim what they took within the Yarden. Let's remember what we learned in the Kapitel Aleph base. When Klal Yisrael crossed the Yarden, right, they take over the avonim, and these avonim, we're going back. Then we had Milchemes Yericho, and Milchemes Ai came only later on. Now we're going back. What happened then? They take these avonim, they travel to Har Grizim, Har Eival, and they're making over there the avonim for the Yarden. They were making korbanos. On these avonim, Yehoshua writes the ganze Torah. This is the puzzle. So Oz Evening. When is this? So now let's go to the dates. The day of Yud Nisan, the day the Klal Yisrael crossed the Yarden. Oz, Ivne, Yehoshua, Ivne is a Lashon also, he built, right? We find there's also Oval, what we say Beloshen Osid, right? Like many places, Oz is Oval, Beloshen Osid, also Oz, Ivne is Oz Yoshir, right? Oz Yoshir is Beloshen Osid. Yoshir, Beloshen Osid? No, it's Beloshen Oval. Oz Yavdil Moshe, right? Like Gabi Ore Miklot. Or Zivne Shloimo, many places we see that this is done. Oz even Yehoshua Mizbeach LaHashem Elokei Yisrael, the word Behar Eival. From these 12 avonim what they took over there from the Yarden, as we learned before in Kapitel Dalet. Yeah.
I can understand the book that it doesn't fit with the idea that they're going to let an enormous number of people come through their country.
Because as you look at the maps, it's not a problem because Yericho was the Ir Sugeres Umusugeres. Now they don't go to Yericho. Yericho was a little bit, they crossed in the Gilgal and they go up. They would see, they saw them definitely. As long as they didn't attack them, as long as they didn't attack Yericho, breaking into Yericho, they go on two mountains, Har Gizim and Har Hevel, what they care. As we find it already in there, right? We find it in Sefer Dvorim, we find already, right? Haloi Heimo Beiva Yarden, Acharei Derech Mevoy Hashemesh. Now, there is a Machlokes Tanoim, the Gemara Soita. The Gemara Soita, what means? Oh, what the thing? So the Gemara says in Soita, on that Lamed Gimel Lamed Beis, what the Gemara? Machlokes Tanoim, Lefi Rabbi Yehuda, Mevoy Hashemesh is where the Shemesh is rising, Mizrach. Right? Mevoy Hashemesh, from where the mi boy from wo kommt, from Mizrach Zeit, and Acharei means in a distance from there, in a distance. Acharei Mevoy Hashemesh, from Yarden to the west. That means they go from the Yarden to the west. Mi boy Acharei Mevoy Hashemesh, and that was next to the Ir Shem. Or is okay? It's a Machlokes Tanoim over there. What it means Acharei Mevoy Hashemesh? Yeah. The Ashalach boy Misatzira, yes. That's the Gemara Soita, yeah, that's right. Okay, we're gonna see it later, yeah. Okay, so let's see the Psukim, and then we're gonna go back to see over here is the Gemara, a very famous Gemara. The Gemara says, the Medrash, the Radak means that as long as Klal Yisrael didn't do the Machane they didn't camp or in camp in Gilgal, they were allowed to be Makriv and a bomber. Because over here where they're Makriv, they were Makriv and a bomber. They built a Mizbeach. What Mizbeach is it? It's a bomber. So the Mizbeach was not Hutar a bomber, it's a bomber. You see, as long as because it was they had a Mishkan. When they're allowed to be Makriv and a bomber, only there's no Mishkan. So before they parked, that's what the Gemara says. Even though they didn't park yet in the Gilgal, and they didn't put a Misha Bo Leshiloi, the Radak brings in the Gemara Zochim, Misha Bo Leshiloi, then it was also to build a bomber. Right? The name bomber Muteres El Alidei Novi says the Medrash, and that's why we say, Ozivne Yehoshua Mizbeach. Who could build the Mizbeach, this bomber? Davke Yehoshua. Okay. Only Alidei Novi. Okay, so we're going to spend a bit of time about bomber, like we always like to speak about bombers. The Mikdash David, that's right. We spoke about bombers a few separate shiurim. We're going to mention a little bit later on. So let's see the Psukim Vayita. כאשר ציוו מוישה עבד השם את בני ישראל, ככוסוב בספר, כאשר ציוו מוישה עבד השם את בני ישראל, ככוסוב בספר תורס מוישה מזבח עוונים שלמות אשר לא הניף עליהן ברזל ויעלו עולב אוילויס להשם ויזבחו שלומים. So Moshe Rabbeinu said in the Torah, and that's what Yehoshua ben Nun does. Yehoshua ben Nun does it. Kasher tzivah Moshe ben Hashem b'nei Yisrael kekos v'sefer Torahs Moshe. That what Sefer Dvorim is always called Torahs Moshe because all of it is miyuchas to Moshe Rabbeinu. So he's like the Malbim, and right. And Moshe, where does Moshe Rabbeinu say in Sefer Dvorim? V'oyo be'ovrechin es hayarden. Tokimu es avonim moile asher onoichi. אשר אנוכי מצב אתכם היום בהר עיבל וסדת אויסום בסיד ובוניתו שם מזבח להשם אלוהיכך מזבח עוונים לא יסתוניף עליהם ברזל עוונים שלמו תבנס מזבח השם אלוהיכך ועלי סולוב אוילוס להשם אלוהיכך וסבחת that's the psukim what we learn in Sefer Devarim, and that exactly what Yehoshua ben Nun done. He built over there mizbech avonim shleimois, that there was no begam in the avonim. Right, because even though, as the Gemara in Chulidaf Yitches says that even there's a gam kechagiras tipoirim, that when you go through with the nail, it gets stuck. That's also going to be a gam. That's also a gam. It's going to be also. So we say that this is it was no gam at all. Asher lo yhenif aleim barzel, because a barzel passes the mizbeach, right? Ki char bechor inafto leo v'tichal leo. Because the Chazal teach us because the barzel is nivro lekatzer yom of shalodom. The mizbeach is nivro. The korbanos is nivro la'arich. So this was a mizbeach. It was mizbeach. Oh, and if it's a bomber, you're right. What if it was a bomber? Okay, another thing. So Vayalu olav oilois la Hashem, vayizbechu shlomim. Shlomim, what that means? Oilois Hashem is shlomim. The dam is nizrak, but the imurim and the chod v'shoik are eaten by the koyanim, and the rest of the basar is eaten to the bailim. Oh, yeah, no, it's not the whole thing. We said the what we mentioned before, and that's what was written in Toras Moshe. Toras Moshe doesn't mean that all of it. Okay. It's a special bomber, you say. It's not a regular bomber. Yeah, we learn from a bomber. Yeah. Okay, so you're right. So let's actually. So the Radak explains. I Ozivne Pasuk Lamed. The Radak explains that when they cross the Yarden, right? Klal Yisrael cross the Yarden. Ein mugdo v'rocha b'Torah, the same like Rashi says, and the state in Toras Moshe, v'oyo b'yoyim asher ta'avu, right, as we said before, and v'oyo b'ovachem es hayarden, tokim es ha'avonim o'ile, v'akemois lecho avonim gedoyle, v'sareto lecho, v'sato oisam basid, v'bonis hashom mizbeach, and then was hutu abomois, as long as they were in the Gilgal. As is mashma in the Torah. Now, if we look at the Radak hat gehalten, as was, that the korbanos that were makriv and areivol, they were makriv bisman heter abomis. That's what also Rashi says, right? Also from the lashon of Rashi and Parshas Rei. What says Rashi? Rashi, if you look at Parshas Rei, Rashi says over there in the psukim, "Shetavu es hayarden miyad mutorim atem leakriv bebomo." Right? That's what Rashi says on the psukim. And the psukim v'oyo b'ovachem es hayarden says Rashi, "Shetavu es hayarden." Miyad mutorim atem leakriv bebomo. So Rashi says straight away when they cross the Yarden, they're allowed to be makriv in a bomo. They're allowed to be makriv in a bomo. The Rambam, in the end of Pirush HaMishnayos, and the end of Masechet Zvochim, the Rambam says, "Lefi shetolo hakosu isur habomois b'machane," right? If you have a machane sol, v'hu sheneemar ishchat shoyer oy chesev oy eis b'machane, right? Right? We learn davke b'machane. Says the Rambam, "V'nosan tam lezeh leman asher yoviu bnei Yisrael lezivcheihem." When you have a machane. וזהו איסור הבומויס, לפי שמיועים, שפוסקו המחנויס ונכנסו לאורץ, אותו לא יאמר ארץ כנען, והוא הזמן שבו הוא בגילגול, so then נסתל כל מצווה לא יססי אוב, not being makriv ונזבח, ונשאר מותר שכל מי שרואי אצל להקריב בבומו, to be makriv the same way it was before the Mishkan, right? Because there was no Isur only in the Midbar when there was machanois. As I said, the Rambam. So, and this is also Parshas Shavua, right? We learned the Parshas Shavua about the Miluim, and then the Parshas Tetzavet. So we know the Toises and the Zohar Daf Lamed Daled, the Rimi Ulainish, which says that the Shivas Yemei Miluim had the din of a bomber, because we could eat it. Because every night they would, and now they have to eat it wherever Makom Kodesh. I can do makriv. It's not yet kavua. So they had a din of bomber. They state in Toisves. That we see many places. Says the Rambam. The Rambam says many places that we said that there was no machane yodua, so it was mutter to be makriv and a bomber. So the Rambam says, what do we see from the Rambam? Again, what do we see from the Rambam? That the Isur Bomois depends on Kedushas Machanois. And in the Gilgal, because there was no Kedushas Machanois, there were mutter to be Makiv and a bomber. Okay. Let's go back, what we learned in Kapitel Gimel. We learned in Kapitel Gimel, when they crossed the Yarden, was Nifka all of Kedushas Machanois, as we mentioned. And over Zoyle feed them. Miyad when they crossed the Yarden, straight away, it was Mutar Abomis. But if you look at the Radak says in the end that the bomber is not only a day Novi. And that's why we said, Oz Ivne Yehoshua. Why Oz Ivne Yehoshua? This is based from, right? Because, why it says Oz Ivne Yehoshua? Because he adds, that's what the Radak adds. The Radak adds it al Pida Medrash, right? And Vayiko Rabbe. That's Oz Ivne Yehoshua. Why Oz Ivne Yehoshua? Because they will learn that what Tafka Idei Novi. And because it's mashma that the korbanos that were makib is man Isra Abamos, only they were hutar al-pi novi. 1 second, so the to steer it. If straight away that they, right, was even a Yehoshua, so then it was mutar in the bama, or straight away it was mutar in the bama? When it was mutar in the bama? Straight away or only when Yehoshua was built it? So if you look over there, yeah. It looks like Yehoshua. So if we look, yeah. If we look at the Vayiko Rabbe in Parshach of Beis, and also we have in Bamidbar Rabbe also in Parshach, and also the same thing in Parshach Yudaled. Over there, before that, there was still Shas Isur Abamos. It was still Shas Isur Abamos when they crossed the Yarden. When would be muter? When it was muter the Bamos? Only al pi novi. Only al pi novi. That means that lefi the Medrash, and the Meforsh explained lefi the Medrash, there was no huta the Bamos straight away when they crossed the Yarden. Only after they the Mishkan and Gilgal. And then there was mutar the Yehoshua to be making korbanos and Arevol, and that was al pi novi. That was al pi novi. What Stam Azoi would be also. So when was the Shas Seter Abamos? It was straight away or thing. Lechoy over here is Masha Oz, even the Yehoshua was not given. Was not straight away. Was not straight away. Okay. Exactly. That's right. Rashi over there, Alatoir, Lechoy, it's a stire. The Goari effect already. The steer over there. Look at the Goari effect for the steer. The Goari effect, the steer over there. Okay. Let's see the thing. Okay. I just want to be as to what the Tzvi asked and Shia, that Lichoy over here we see. Okay, so that is a big thing. Okay. This is a Mara Mokim. Yes, Lichoy we learned over here Mizbeach Avonim Shleimus Ashaloi Heinif Aleim Barzel. Lichoy, we see over here that also Mizbeach that's built as a bomber also has a din of Avonim Shleimus. It also has a din of Loisoni Falei and Basel, because the Mizbeach that the Nar Hevel was not only a bomb Oktano, right? In Afal Piken, we see that what? That it shouldn't be made of Avonim Shleimos, so Avonim Falei and Basel. Now, why we should think differently? Because there is also Meach. The Sameach, the Ben Simcha, the Sameach in Psula Mukdoshim, in Perek Gimel, says over there, he has a suffix. By a bomber is Mekadesh Psulim or not. That means if we're Makiv Apostle and Legabe bomber, Legabe Olu Lo Yerdu. We know there's a din Olu Lo Yerdu. That means if a person had a korban that was apostle and he was Malet Al Gabe Mizbeach, we say him Olu Lo Yerdu. That the din is Lo Yerdu depends on the Kedusha of Mizbeach. So it depends on the Machloikes, says the Osameach, depends on the Machloikes, Rabbi Yehuda and Rabbi Shimon, and the Zvochim, and Daf Kuf Ches, was if we need a bomber has a din of Mizbeach or not. Bomber Mizbeach, or we don't need a bomber is a Mizbeach. That means, right, we have the Machloikes, Rabbi Yossi and Rabbi Shimon. So Lefi Rabbi Yossi, that is not Chayev till it giving Ma'ale Leroisha Mizbeach, and a bomber needs to have a Mizbeach, or Ibazoi, the Mizbeach is Ma'ale, and it's Mekadesh Psulim, the same as a bomber. מה שהעיקר לפי רב שמעון, אתה אפילו יוזמה על גבי הסלע, אותו מזבח. או על האבן, he's חייב, right? He's חייב, so מזבח. He doesn't have a din of מזבח, he's not מקדש פסולים. Now, לפי them, we need to understand, לפי רב שמעון, that the bomber, it doesn't have a net of קדושה מזבח בכלל, לא יבזוי, what's the reason that the מזבח and our Avon has to have a vonim shleimos? And why it has a din of Loisoni Falei and Basel? It's the Bom Oktano. Bom Oktano doesn't have a Kedusha of Mizbeach Bechlal. Yeah, that's the Shaila. So the Shaila is, the Fido Someach is only Alive de Rab Shimon. So there's a big arichas in it, but there is a Michtovim of the Briskerov, and the end of the Sefer of the Briskerov, there's a Michtovim of Yechosim. I'm answering you, so 1 second. The Michtovim of Yechosim, the Briskerov, and the end of the Sefer, so it brings from the Zvochim Daf Yud base. He says over there that the bomber is not mekadesh. He learns at the double portion. The bomber is not mekadesh. Tulin legabeim olu lo yerdu. Why? Because the bomber is only a mokim praktore. But even though kedushas mizbeach there's no in a bomber, and the din olu lo yerdu depends on the kedusha mizbeach. And the doctor. What do we see from over here? We see from over here that in the Briskerov that even the Rabbi Yossi, the Rama Pasans Rabbi Yossi, that we say that what the Kedushas Mizbeach is not by Obama. And this is the first what the Bryce and Daf Kufches and Zvachim, that we said, what's the difference in Obama and Mizbeach? Ein Keves, Ein Yesoid, Ein Ribua, many dinim what we have to have by a Mizbeach, Keves, or Yesoid, or Mizbeach, and there's no, it's Me'akev by Mizbeach, but it's not Me'akev by Obama, right? Lefi everyone. And from this we see that Lefi everyone, Obama is not like a Mizbeach, it doesn't have a Kedushas Mizbeach. And also Lefi Rabbi Yossi, what's the Pshat in Mizbeach and Arevol, we need Avonim Shleimos. Why there is a din of Lo Yisoni Falei and Barzel? There's no Kedushas Mizbeach. So the Lefi the Briskerov, Afilu in Lefi Rabbi Yossi, we can say, there's no din of Mizbeach. Elomai, in the Mizbeach and Arevol, even though it didn't have a din of oil moyed, Ober, and didn't need the mamish of Mizbeach, but it was not a Boma Ktano. It was maybe a Boma Tzibur. Oh, now what is a Boma Tzibur? This is what we mentioned already many times in the Migdash David. The Migdash David has a suffix in a Boma, and Mistabek in a Boma Sinai. Right? Boma Sinai, a Boma Tzibur. If the din is like a Boma Yochid, or the din is like a Boma Tzibur. Even though they didn't have an oil moed over there, Boma Sinai, when they were makiv in Al Sinai, right, they were makiv korbanos, that's called Boma Sinai. And the Mikdash David has a chakira. Is it like a Boma Tzibur, or is it it's a Boma Yochid? Because it depends on oil moed, it doesn't depend on oil moed. They bring the Gemara, Menoches, Daf Pei Beis, that they were makiv zil shalmei tzibur in Sinai, must be that there was a Boma Tzibur, because korbanos tzibur, you're not makiv in a Boma Yochid. It must be, it was a korban tzibur. And as well, if you're making oilas tomid, oilas reiyeh, right? The machlokes in the Gemara Chagiga, or they're making in the thing. So it was a korban tzibur. So it's more, but there was a korban tzibur. As they bring the Mikdash David to prove that Boma Sinai was a korban tzibur. So over here, Mizbeach and Arevol, what they were making? They were making korbanos tzibur. And korbanos also korbanos yochid, that they are, they were not making in a Boma Ktano, right? Because they were making in a Boma Ktano, not nida v'nida, but they were making oilos and shlomim. So they were making over here korban tzibur. The zmuchat that the Boma and Harevol was a Boma tzibur. And if it was a Boma tzibur, very good. The Boma tzibur has all of the dinim of Mizbeach. It has to have a bonim and not to be manipulated in Barzel. Okay. So there's many things to speak about it. But yeah, we're going. It's not our really style of the shir to go into coaching so much. But yeah, let's think. Okay. So let's talk about the Ksiva Satoira. Now we come to the Psukim in Lamed Beis, Pasuk Lamed Beis, about the writing the Torah. And what we say over here, Agav Legabe Ozivne Yehoshua Mizbeach, Ela Hashem Elokei Yisrael, so the Yerushalmi Reches Megillah, and Daf Tezvov Tezayin, the Yerushalmi brings over there that the Kedusha Shilo Yesh Acharov Eter. Kedusha Yerushalayim Ein Achareo Heter. Right? That means when right, it's a Mishnah, that's right. Says the Yerushalmi over there that basically Bar Maryeh Shama Lo Min Hado Oz Ivnei Shomizbeach LaHashem Elokei Yisrael. Where do we learn that from? From this passage. What that means? We mean that's like Rashi explains over there that Shiloi is Huda Rabomis, right? Rashi the Mishnah. Shiloi once is Nechrav. Shiloi is Huda Rabomis. Shiloi was for 369 years. Shiloi was standing. Kedusha Soil Moed and Shiloi as after that. Now the time is the why was Mutar the Bomis. So the Meiri says over there Megillah because when the Oron is not B'Mekoimoy, right? So it's like then it's going to be Mutar. The Bomis is going to be Mutar. Says the Meshech Chochma in Parshas Rei, because that day when they crossed the Yarden, where was the Oron? In front of the Machane, right? Lifnei HaMachane. So we made it straight away. It was Hutar Bomis because the Oron was not Bichlal, like Klei Mishkan. And they don't know Meshech Chochma. Lefi the Meiri. We spoke about this. Is a very, very famous Meshech Chochma in Parshas Rei. He says a big yesod. His Loshni. He says that it's a very interesting Loshni. He says over there. Parshas Rei. We mentioned it many times. Sholani Chocham Echad. The Psazor he brings over there. Shashayla from a Chocham Echad. I mean, it's not Chamol. The Meiri says that when it's Hutar Abomis, when the Oron is not Michlal Klei Mishkan, then it's Mutar Abomis. This is the Meiri. when the Oren is not together with all the Klei Mishkan, then it's Mutar Abomus. So therefore, Chuban Shiloi, what happened to Chuban Shiloi? Oh, right at the time of Eli, how Eli dies, because he heard that Nishba Aroin Hashem, Chofni, right? Ikovoid was born. So the Aroin is not with the rest of the Klei Mishkan, then is the Mutar, then it's Shashet Abomus. When they cross the Yarden, who goes in front of them? Lifnei, they have to, the Aroin. So the Aroin was separated from the rest of the straight away when they cross the Yarden, Mutar Abomus. This is like the Meshachok Malefidem. Okay, let's see the Psukim. The Psukim we're talking now about writing the Torah. Right? He said it was written, he has to write the Torah. Let's see it. Va'ichtov shom ala avonim. Yehoshua is writing on the avonim. These avonim, what they took from the Yarden. These avonim, what they took from the Yarden, and they built over there the Mizbeach. As again, we're going to Shitas Rashi. As we mentioned already, there is a Shita Rabbi Yehuda and the Yerushalmi. What there was different avonim. There was different avonim. What we're going to go with Shitas Rashi is Mishnei. Mishnei means pirush, right? Explanation, right? A pirush. Mishnei lo shinun v'shinantom levonecho. It's Mishnei Toiras Moshe asher kosav lifnei bnei Yisrael. The same way what Moshe Rabbeinu commanded, right? V'chosavto, what Moshe Rabbeinu says, v'chosavto la'avonim is called divrei Torah azois ba'er heitem. And as we know, what means ba'er heitem? Ba'er heitem means b'shivim loshen. B'shivim loshen. That is the ba'er heitem. That's what he says. Va'ichtoim. So va'ichtoim be'emetz was not writing; it was more of a hakika, engraving, right? Va'michtav Elokim hu chomus ala luchos, right? Pas shavua, pas kisisa, and the same thing we say also va'ichtoim ala luchos as divrei abris. What's va'ichtoim? So va'ichtoim means actually chorus means the va'ichtoim, and right that was rare in our Eivol and the avonim, like the Torah says that this tafka these avonim, because the avonim that they are not mesutotos, or not nice, right? They're not chiseled nicely, you can't write on them. And Mishnah Torah Moshe, this is called Divrei Torah, right? The concept we find in the Parshas HaMelech. How you say over there? The concept Lo Yes, Mishnah Torah Azois. Yeah. So B'derech Klal, the Shoresh Shin Nun Hey, look at the Shono, yeah? It's like Chazal say always. Chazal say Shin Nun Hey, right? Chazal. But B'derech Klal, it means like a Shin Nun Hey means like a sefer, right? We say it's going to be Mishneh Torah, the Sefer Torah, Mishneh Torah, Sefer Torah. Not going to be Loshen Shinun, Chazorah. Repeating, yeah, but it means also Sefer. So there is a Radak brings a Reb Saadia going. So there is an interesting, what you pointed over here, there's a very interesting Reb Saadia going. The Radak brings a Reb Saadia going. Reb Saadia going to explain that only certain parshias they written down. Only certain parshias. He says like Roa Kosu leParshan. I don't know which ones. He didn't. Yeah, certain things. I don't know which ones. Yeah. What they wrote in the Shivim Loshen. So that the Gemara says over there in Chazal. So let's explain this. So Vayichto Yishom Ala Avonim. Chazal is mevuar that the ksiva on the Avonim was after the Brocha Klala. Right? We learned the Gemara in Soidet Aflamet Beis Omed Aleph that Ovchu Beneim Klape Har Grizim Upotchu Brocha, and then until they finish all the Brochas and the Klalas, and then they bring the Avonim and they build the Mizbeach. So do Basid, right? They plaster it and they write on it Divrei Torah b'shivim loshen. Now that's what in the Gemara. Why? Because it says of there Ba'er Eitem. What means Ba'er Eitem? Shivim loshen. They take the Avonim and Bo velanu b'mekoimon. As they state in the Gemara in a thing. Now, if you look at Parshas Kisovoi, right? What we said, it's Mishneh Torah Moshe. The Parshas Kisovoi, what state over there? It says the Kosavta Alein. It's called Divrei Torah Azois. What's the mashma? That they wrote the whole Torah, right? They wrote the whole Torah. Divrei Torah Azois, right? And they stayed on. Azois. Azois, what is Azois? It's a mute. So over there, if we look at Parshas Kisovoi, if we look at the Rishonim over there, the Ibn Ezra, the Ramban, they being the Reb Sadia Goin, what the Radak brings over here, B'Shem Reb Sadia Goin, and the Radak brings it over here, that they wrote on it only the Minyan Amitzvos. The Radak says over here, no, he didn't write all of them, but they being over there, only the Minyan Amitzvos was stated over there in Halachos Doilet. As I bring and say, the Ibn Ezra and the Radak says Yofer Omar. That's what they say about the Reb Sadia Goin, Yofer Omar, and they add, the Radak add that can't be that he wrote to them all of the Torah, only what they needed, the Klal. Now, in the Sefer, there's a nice Sefer, Minchas Kenois. I'm sure anyone who learned Masechah Soita learned the Sefer, Minchas Kenois, or Masechah Soita. He brings over there to prove like the Gemara in Soita. The Gemara in Soita, Daf Lamed Hey Amud Beis, what the Gemara says over there, that they wrote for the Ummah Yisrael Olam. They wrote underneath, right? Leman Asher Ilmedu Eschem, right? To be Moidia, that they could, if they want, they could be Choyzer Lemutav. They have the chance. They have the chance to give the Ummah Yisrael Olam the chance, right? And they don't have to kill them. They don't have to kill them if they want. And if they wrote the whole Torah, the Ummah Yisrael are going to see that word, what says in the Torah, and the reason why Leman Hashem Ilmedu Eschem. So why do they have to write it? Why do they have to write it in the end? Elamai is a raya that they didn't write the whole Torah. They wrote only the set mitzvahs, as they sagt, the Chaskas raya. A beautiful raya. But from Rashi in Ksuves, sorry, not Ksuves, sorry, in the Soite is mashma that over there, what the Gemara says, the Kosvu Lemato, it looks like that they didn't write it twice. Just what? When they came to this pasuk, they made right the pasuk of Kiachet Achrimam, that made sure that this should be at the end of the paper. The end of the Lemato. Like they wrote, Leman, Asher Ilmedu Eschem, La'asois, right? Why Achem Tachrimam? That they shouldn't teach us to behave like the Goyim. And that's why Leman Tachrimam. And that it should be Nikal. As I said, as is mashma in Rashi. Be'emes, the Ramban al Torah in over there in Kisovo, he says that B'Shem the Goyim, that he wrote on it only the Minyan HaMitzvahs, the way there's written on Halachos Doilos, right? Kein Hazores. It says, what's the reason of Bayeretev? What means Bayeretev? Bayeretev. So it means the Gemara Soita. The Gemara Soita, Lamed Beis, Bayeretev, B'Shivloshi. And he says, we find a Sefer Tag. That the whole Torah was written, Mi Bereshis ad le'enei kol Yisrael, Betageo, Bezirneo. And from there, the Tagin Mamish with all the Zagin and Tagin, everything was written. So it could be that the avonim were very, very big. It has to be written with all the clothing, with all of the Tagin and alles. As I bring the Ramban, the Shita. But if the pasuk over here, we look over here in the psukim, that he wrote the Mishnah Toiras Moshe. What shot in the pasuk? Mishnah Toiras Moshe. What's the Mishnah Toiras Moshe? So the Mitzudas over here says it's only Sefer Dvorim. As I said, Mitzudas over here, it's only Sefer Dvorim. That's called the Mishnah Torah. And Mishnah Torah, that's over there, repeated what says in all the four Sforim before, and it was repeated before. Over there, Radak says that this is the lashon of a Shinanto Levanecha, a lashon of Shinun for the Torah. Shinun means the Pirush of the Torah, not only thing. So what we find over here, if we look over here, the Ralbag also says over here that is Rochok Beina, says the Ralbag, that what? And there was only the Kitzur, because the Torah was written, it's called Divrei Torah, so it's Bayeretev. He said that this was the Mizbeach was, and the size of the Mizbeach, what Chazal tell us, and the size of the Mizbeach of Bayis Sheni, that was Lamed Beis Amo, Lamed Beis Amo, and in Mele, this could be written, if it was so big, yes, you could write the Torah on it. That's like the Ralbag. Okay, so we have over here, as we said, many shittas what's going on over here, yeah? So we try to be mistaken. Over here, what we find over here, oh, it was like Reb Sadia going that many Rishonim agreed to Reb Sadia going that this was only the Azores, the Halachos Gedolos. Oh, so how they wrote it? What was the Tzura Saksiva? How they wrote it? On the Avonim, and when was Sodois on Basid? Also, this is the Machloikes Tanoim. The Machloikes Tanoim and Masechah Soita and Daf Lamed Hey Amud Beis. There's a Machloikes. How exactly Klal Yisrael wrote the Torah? How they wrote the Torah? Rabbi Yehuda says, Al Gabe Avonim. That means they wrote it mamish al gabe da avonim. They wrote that right. It says over there in the psukim chosavta al avonim. It's called divrei Torah azois. It says the foolish. And exactly. And then afterwards was Sadu Islam Basid. Tells him Rab Shimon Ledvorecho how exactly Umo Yisraelim could read it. What's the point? Schreibst darauf eine ganze Sache, and then you plaster. I mean, well, what's the point? How they could read it? Says the Rav Shimon, Eyach lomdu Umo Yisraelim Yazman Torah. The Oisei says Mechusay Besid. They can't see it. Says the answers him, Omar loy bino yeseiro nostan bohem HaKadosh Baruch Hu. HaKadosh Baruch Hu gave them a bino yeseiro, to the goyim, and v'shigru noitrin, I think they sent special soifrim, and v'kilfu es seed, they peeled off the seed, and v'yisiur. What means v'yisiur? They copied it. They copied everything was said over there, and no, there was a din of seed. They peeled it off. They copied it, and that's why ve'al dovo ze ends the Gemara ve'al dovo ze nechtam gzar din ol be'er shachas. Shoyolon lilmoid ve'loylon. Because they read it, and they written it, and they didn't learn from it, and that's why they got punished. That was a chance. They gave them a chance. Rav Shimon says, no, they didn't write it on the avonim and then saw the Oisei. Just what? Al Gabi Sid Kosruo. Right? That means they wrote it Lemato, and Lemato they wrote, as we said before, and that's the Gemara would mention that they wrote Lemato, Leman Asher Lo, Ilmedu Estem Lasis Kefon. Why Hakem Tachimon? That you shouldn't learn to behave like they're going. What we learn from over there, that if they are Choizer B'Tshuva, you are Mekabel them, right? And that's yes. Why do you need a seed? Maybe it should be written the thing, So do some seed, and then they wrote it, to write on it. Okay, to have to write on it. To make it a plaster, okay. Very good. They could pay only after that, Okay, let's see the few psukim. There's many things we can speak about these psukim, but let's see weiter. V'chol Yisrael. Okay, now we're talking about the Amir of the Boch of the Klolos. V'chol Yisrael Uzkeinov V'shoitrim. That means V'shoitrim should be V'shoitrov be'emes over here. No? And that's the, Shoitrov. Why it says Shoitrim? Skeinov should be Shoitrov, right? If it says Skeini Shoitrim, but if it says Skeinov, it should be Take Shoitrov. I think they bring that it's like what we learn Chelbo Yoalio, right? Reb Saadia Gaon said that Chelbo Alio what's Chelbo Alio? It's two separate things. Keilu it says Chelbo Ve'alio. Or Chelboi ve'al Yosoi. Right? It says Chelboi ve'al Yosoi. Chelboi al Yosoi. What's Chelboi ve'al Yo? It's interesting lesson. Okay, we're gonna two different things? No. It was Kainov and so it's Kainov Ushoitrov. What's the Kainov Ushoitrim? The Holy Soil. No, but look at the Targum. What the Targum says? Exactly. V'salchohi. But the Targum says nicht that way. The Targum, if you look at Targum Yonas, the Targum Yonas says v'salchohi. That means a shoitrov. It's a shoitrov. So they are standing where they're standing. V'shoitrov oimdi mizeh mizeh. They're standing where? They're standing over there in the Emek Shem between the two mountains, right? The two sides of the Aron. From two sides of the Aron, neged means opposite. HaKoyanim Alevim, the Koyanim that they are Bnei Levi, Noise Aron Bris Hashem. The rest of the Koyanim were Makiv the Aron, the Levim were surrounding the Koyanim. Kagel, Keza. Also the Geil that were Mizgayah, the mitzvahs, they also stood from the sides like the Israel in Gemurim. Chetzoy, half of the Machne that they are Shrevet, Shimon, Levi, Yehuda, Yisachar, Yosef, and Yom stood El Mul Har Grizim. What means El Mul? El Mul means on Har Grizim and Moirad Har Grizim. The Chetzoy, the other half that they are Reuven, Zvulun, Don Naftali, Gad Asher, they stood El Mul Har Eival, and the Levi that stood between the two mountains, right? They said in front of them the Bochas and the Kloles. Kashot Tziva, Moshe Eved Hashem Levorach Hasaom Yisrael. Borishoino. That means, what means Borishoino? First to be Magdi, the Bracha before the Klole. And before they said each Klole from the 11 Kloles, what says in Sefer Devarim, they first said a Bracha. They turned their face, Klape Areval, and they said, and then they turn the face to Areval and they say, and then they go back to Al Grizim, they face Al Grizim and they say, then they turn it to Areval and they say, and when they finish, they say, and then they turn to Areval and they say, so that's the last klole, and after that, right, after every bracha and klole, everyone answered Amen. That was the Derech HaDvarim as we see over here. And that's the Mula Arego. V'acharei says the Pasuk, Yehoshua himself, Achachein is the Korah, who Yehoshua himself reads, is Kol Divrei HaTorah, HaBracha v'Haklolo, Kechol HaKosu v'Sefer HaTorah. That means the Parsha Torichoche, where the Bracha starts with the Psukim, and then the Kol starts with that's what he said over there. After that, Yehoshua reads in the Klal Yisrael all the mitzvahs say with the mitzvahs loisa say, and there was nothing from all the mitzvahs what Moshe Rabbeinu said that Yehoshua didn't say and against and in front of Noshim Etava Ger Oila Bekirbo. That means the whole of Klal Yisrael were there. And from here we learned that what, right, the Parshas Bris of Arvis and Arvis of when we know the Arvis of how it can be moitzi, how it can be mitzeh, all of these dinim we learn out from Arvis. So Merz Hashem, we're gonna have to spend a bit of time more on this because these are very, very yesodis, the psukim, but just to get the idea of what happened. So this is what we learned this week. I know we went a little bit not so a little bit mefuzar this week, but to get the idea. And Merz Hashem, next week we can try to focus more on Arvis dinim what come out from these halachas, what we learned over here. Shkoyach.
Shkoyach.
You're welcome.
Who did he say for Parshas Re'eh before? Who did he say for which sefer? Parshas Re'eh.
Kisavoi.
Yeah, which sefer was it?
Minchas Kenois.
Minchas Kenois.
Minchas Kenois. And for Parshas Re'eh we said that Meshech Chochma. Meshech Chochma was Parshas Re'eh.
Meshech Chochma, yeah, I missed it.
Yeah, look inside. Beautiful Meshech Chochma.
Shkoyach.
I think he said of the Sholam Li Chocham Echot. I didn't see him over here, but I'm sure they ping it.